Being a kid today is all about peace and love, man. And when my mom floats back from Woodstock, she always has her 1969 tie-dyed bandana filled with Snyder's psychedelic chocolates. The out-of-sight sweetness gets me so high that... I forgot what I was going to say. Snyder's psychedelic chocolates. Yum. I think.
You're lucky Daddy's deaf.
Daddy?
Deaf as a post.
Your father lives here?
It's his house.
You never told me that.
It didn't occur to me. Now, go back to the window. Please.
Do you want me to take off my skates?
Yes, I would.
Because I prefer not to. My fingers are cold, and the laces are knotted.
Then leave them on, for God's sakes, but don't clump. Daddy's deaf, but he can feel vibrations.
I fell, you know. Your ladder's icy. It's dangerous.
You didn't have to wear skates.
I'm not wearing them for you. Why can't you sleep on the ground floor?
That would be real exciting. Yawn.
And breaking my neck is?
Yes.
You're kinky. I like that.
Okay. I'm going to pretend I'm asleep.
I like that too.
Take off your coat.
Now we're cooking. I like to swing. My wife and I. Someday we should get together with you and your husband. I mean in the future. For now, this is fine. Just you and me. But back in Connecticut, they have parties where couples just throw their keys in a bowl and have at it.
I'm not married.
What?
No husband.
But you said, be careful not to wake my husband.
I think if you read my letter again, you'll see it says old man. As in deaf old daddy who's got one foot in the grave.
But my fantasy...
Brian, telegram from Western Union. Beep, 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 beep. I don't give a hoot about your fantasy.
I wanted to sneak into a woman's bedroom on ice skates. I clearly told you this in my letter, and you seemed fine with it. And the key part of the fantasy is that your husband is somewhere on the premises. Because I like the element of danger.
Well, that's not my fantasy. And since I'm hosting this party, we'll do mine. I've already made enough concessions. After all, you're Brian. That's hardly ethnic. Judging by the skates, I suppose you're some kind of Canadian. I only asked that you come up a ladder, slip in here, and carry me off in your arms like I'm 7 years old.
Whoa, 7?
7.
7. Not a chance. No.
7.
That's sick. That's really sick.
17?
That's a bit less sick. But in my fantasy, you also have to be a bored housewife. A 17-year-old can't be a bored housewife. I think if we... yeah, you know what? This really isn't working. Why does everything have to get so complicated? In the summer, I swim across suburban pools until I find a housewife eager to swing. June, July, August, splish-splash, jump in, jump out, home by 9. Then in the fall, I rest up for winter. Finally, December comes. Things freeze. I skate across the pools until I find a bored housewife eager to swing. That's Connecticut. Tonight, however, I foolishly make an exception. Turn left at Greenwich, cross one state and end up in New Jersey. And what do I find? A woman with a deaf daddy who wants me to pretend she's 7. No, that's just not something I do. And don't get up.
Clumsy man. Daddy always says, good things come to those who wait. One day, my Bruno will come.
Good Things Come was written by Dave Carley, directed by George Czar, and featured Georgia Lee Schultz as Ellen, Keith Burnett as the father, Brady Van Varenberg as Kurt, Bill Craven as Brian, John Frey as Vincent, and Emma McDonald as the Snyder's Chocolate Girl. Recording engineer and post-production, David Farquhar. Voice editing and commercials, George Czar. This has been a Voices in the Wind audio theater production.